Welcome, welcome, welcome. The last day of GEOINT. Wow. These are the diehards, Robert. These are the folks that stick it out to the end. You know, there's a lot of talk this week from our speakers about, resiliency and, we need to have more resilient overhead architecture. And, you go to see the staffers, like a John Estridge, and they'll drill you. What's the definition of resiliency? What does it mean to be resilient? If I ever get a chance to testify again, I'm going to look at a senator in the face. I'm going to say, sir, have you ever been to a GEOINT conference and you look out at the crowd on a Friday morning? That's resiliency. Now, I'm going to go off script a little. I already told Rhonda. She knows. I just have to give a shout out in terms of the Resiliency Award to Lee Schwartz. Is Lee here? He gave me an invite last night to go to the over-under bar from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Who knew State Department guys could party? Just saying, sorry. As long as we're giving shout outs, I have to say to you, I've had the opportunity to work with USGIF behind the scenes as they put this show together with the production crew. We need to give them a round of applause. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. This show is amazing. So anyway, Robert, to your USGIF crew, thanks. It's been phenomenal. It's just, everything just runs perfectly, clockwork. So over the years, Robert and I have had the fun of making fun of each other in front of large crowds like this. By the way, as I look out to this crowd, has anybody been to FedEx Field? For the East Coasters, the Washington football team, FedEx Field. So what they do is they take out a lot of the chairs so it makes it look like the whole thing is full. That's what it looks like today. It looks like some of the chairs are missing. So it looks really full though, doesn't it? So over the years, Robert and I have had fun making, so one year I actually, we were talking about who sucked up to our boss, Director Clapper at the time. I'm gonna hold off on the Robert joke for a second because it's good. So Ellen McCarthy, as opening day was talking about old times where she was, some of her experiences from GEOINT. And so my very first GEOINT, it was in San Antonio, and it was freaking me out that, I was with my boss, Lieutenant General Boykin, great guy, larger than life. He started Delta Force, and it was huge. And, I'd spent maybe, 100, 200 people is the max I'd ever talked in front of before. And so I was nervous as hell. And I'm sitting there, and San Antonio had it wasn't a wide room, it was like a long, skinny room, and it would have these big widescreen TVs so you could see your head, and it was just freaking me out. I was nervous as hell. And I'm getting ready to, Boykin says, hey, you're talking, I'm not. You're up there, and I'm all nervous. And I turned to Boykin. Jerry Boykin was just larger than life guy. He's picking his teeth with like a buck knife. And I turn and I look at him, I go, hey, boss, you got any advice, man? I'm nervous. I'm nervous as hell. He's just sitting there and he looks over at me and goes, don't suck. So hopefully I can take that advice. So anyway, let's go so Robert and I over the years, we kind of played around with each other's images and photos. And one year at GEOINT, I think I had a picture of Robert and I had his actual face morph into Clapper's bald head with the goatee. And people actually believed it. They were calling Robert going, did you really shave your head? So I think everybody's seen Robert this week. He kind of walks around with a smoking jacket. Go ahead and pull that picture up of Robert. He, I don't know, is Robert trying to go for, with Ozzie Smith? Isn't that a cool picture? Is he going for the the James Bond look? He's pretty well put together. everybody has to admit, when you look at Robert, he's a fashion icon. I don't know, is that more like the Hugh Hefner look? I mean, I don't know what's going on there. So most people think that Robert's pretty well put together, right? Well, if you look at Robert right there, looks good. If you look down at his feet, go ahead, next shot. That was Robert. Dude, this is a real true picture, isn't it? Sorry, I didn't get that from the person behind you right there. Come on, that's not good. That's not good. Sorry. That was the best I had, Robert. So I'm the kinder, gentler Kevin this time. Sorry. It's the best I could do. So I just wanted to set the stage for today. We have a great panel on climate change and how GEOINT affects that climate change, and then another amazing panel coming up in terms of diversity and inclusion. The Adobe guys have this amazing video that you guys are going to really enjoy. And then this afternoon, before we close things out, there's a bunch of stuff at the Government Hub where they're going to do the NGA moonshot. We got the St. Louis Hub where they're going to talk about an NGA panel on N2W IT modernization. At the Enlightenment Hub, there's going to be a panel on entrepreneurship. And then at the YPG Hub, all kinds of good stuff this afternoon. So make sure and enjoy the show out there. And I know a lot of folks have been really excited about the GeoHunt. So I get to announce the top 3. So we're not announcing the winner yet, but the top 3 is, let me make sure I get the names right. Nancy Swartott. Yeah, where's Nancy? Nice. Scott Kaplan. Yeah, Scott, way to go. And then Chastity Warner. Uh-oh. You can't win if you're not here.